Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with the crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT, as you guys are probably all aware of by now. But overall, this is definitely one of my major assets that I talk about almost all the time, every day, and we're going to be continuously talking about it as we do continue on, because guys, I'm very, very stoked to see everything kind of aligning perfectly and the puzzle pieces falling into place where QNT really kind of lies within the technology layers of the future system. So with all of that being said, before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way possible, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. So let's just dive in real quick and let's talk about a few things. So kind of addressed Bitcoin and its price action in my HBAR video. If you guys do want to go check that out, you guys are more than welcome to. But of course, I do want us to hold around like the 38.2K level. That's pretty much the major support zone going as far back as like August and stuff. So, you know, when we are talking about Bitcoin and Bitcoin's price action, is it concerning for for QNT? Sorry, not HBAR. You know, not really. I'm not too concerned at all. And of course, if we are talking about those, August lows, it's pretty much around this 38.1K level, which we were at, back here as well. We kind of broke down below it, I should say, back in, of course, January. But I'm watching this level to be tested one last major time, of course, before we head to 50K. Of course, nothing is guaranteed, but that is what I'm actually expecting. Now, when we are talking about QNT, let's scroll down. Let me find her. I know that she's somewhere around here. There she is at number 66. So we did break below the $118 level support zone, which of course was expected. Trading volume is down a little bit here. We are sitting at around $112. Holders tab, as you guys do see, is continuing to increase in numbers, which this is going to continue to increase day by day by day. QNT is such a massive demand right now, in my opinion. Like, I think that there's a lot of individuals just waiting to buy QNT during the bear market, which I don't think is gonna help them much. I just think that QNT is going to continue to kind of grow and expand until then, and I just think it's going to be an asset that people will end up buying at these prices anyways after the bear market does come in, either way. So again, to really reiterate the price chart though, we are breaking down below that $118 level, which of course is the 236 fib level. I still have my demand zones here at about $100 to $73. I do believe that this is still the major key area to really kind of accumulate more QNT. So if you do want to buy QNT, watch these levels to be retested yet again, because I do believe that we will see that test. And if we do break down below, 70, or I should say $83, there's really not too much, demand, or I shouldn't say demand, but support until around like the 70 or the $65 range to like the $70 range. So watch those levels closely if we do break down below them. I would say this in terms of QNT and the Bitcoin pair for QNT. So I address this even with HBAR. We are seeing a lot of sort of sideways trading on the Bitcoin pairs, but we are also seeing some bearishness happening here as well. So, and I think that this one actually, I think Bittrex actually has more. Yes. Sorry, excuse me. There we go. In terms of where the Bitcoin price chart can go, we're basically right now on major, resistance. But if we do break down below this level, which is of course the level that we targeted on the 14th of February as well, we will cascade down to, of course, these levels at around the 249,450 sat level, which is the level that we were at back in January. This is exactly why I say be prepared for those lows on the USDT pair, which is also similar to the USD pair. So just I say it one last time, if you want to buy QNT, $100 to $73 is pretty much my golden era for purchasing, QNT. Now, let's talk about some exciting things. So QNT, or I shouldn't say QNT, but Quant is, continuing to, I would say, market. I love their market, participation here in terms of social volume. But we just hear Dr. Carmine Ventre, King's College London says blockchain and distributed ledgers are becoming increasingly important in financial services for use cases such as market efficiencies, payment traceability, and digital asset management. The funny thing about this is that I just talked to you guys about this major innovation that Quant just did with 27 million developers, right? But the funny thing about this is that we are seeing these major universities moving in on DLTs. We're seeing them, study DLTs, teach DLTs as well, the technology behind it. And the funny thing about that is that it shows me just how big this entire space will essentially become. Digital assets in general are continuously getting, targeted by government agencies, governments in general, right, because of regulations. The reason why they want to regulate this space is because they want to utilize this space. And I know that a lot of people are going to say, well, if they want to regulate it, doesn't kind of take away the idea of decentralization? No, absolutely not. In terms of regulations, it just allows for a lot more money to pour in. It's not going to give away, control to anybody. Governments are not going to have specific control or anything like that. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, when we are talking about regulations, I do believe it will be the spark that lights the flame for Quant. We also see here, by streamlining business processes into automated digital chain code or smart contracts, global businesses, not just financial institutions, are able to reduce their operational cost. And again, this is all talking about streamlining, processes by, code base. This is going to be huge. When we are talking about code base, we do know that Quant Network, with its gateway API, it's a plug and play, and it's extremely, and I say this very seriously, it's extremely efficient for these major financial institutions and banks to plug and play with this. It's very fast, efficient. It's going to streamline the process. Even with SIA.net, right? 580 plus banks. I know that you guys are probably tired of hearing about SIA at this point. The reason why I keep bringing SIA up is because when we are talking about it, comparing it to what we are going to expect in the future, it's a great example. Like SIA was the plug and play aspect for 580 banks through Quant's API gateway. This is the same thing that's going to continue to happen, where we do plug and play with massive numbers of banks and financial institutions through just one major partnership. We also see here, Quant is the blockchain / DLT interoperator in the sky. It allows tokenized value to be moved flawlessly between different DLT networks. And honestly, I do think that this is something pretty interesting, and I think it's a great way to kind of compare this. I would do see here, when crypto regulations come into play, you'll realize XRP is not a security, SafeMoon wasn't really safe, Tether was an unaudited fraud, ISO 222 interoperable DLT networks are the safest investment, meme coins were merely a distraction for dumb money to get wrecked. And this kind of goes into QNT, right? Here is Quant Network, right? This is why I always talk to you guys about these ISO 222 tokens. Like I talked to you guys about Zinfin, I talked to you guys about Ripple, I even talked to you guys about, XLM, and I have made videos on, ALGO in the past, but, ALGO in specific is not that, I think for the value right now, ROI potential, there's better ROI on like XLM, XRP and stuff. But when we are talking about Quant, it is 100% a massive gateway for everything to be streamlined. Like here we have the satellite, right? Now, when we are talking about this connecting everything to one major network, it has a tie to every ISO 222 token. You got to understand all of these other tokens to understand how much value will flow through, of course, the major gateway. Like for an example, Ripple and XRP, real-time cross-border payments, $156 trillion market. Zinfin, right, for trade finance, $19 trillion market. IOTA, don't know too much about it. It's a market, but we do know Stellar. Stellar is going after the global P2P and B2B markets. They also are in, of course, cross-border payments as well. When we are talking about XLM, it is going after trillions of dollars in value. Same with Algorand. I just don't know too much about IOTA, but these are trillion-dollar use cases that will flow through Quant, because Quant, without it, none of this really is going to succeed. None of it's going to come to fruition, because all of this stuff needs interoperability at the end of the day. That's why when I even go over to cryptocurrencies on the CoinMarketCap section, and I see these categories like DeFi, NFTs, Metaverse, and stuff like that, and I see individuals getting very bullish about this. Like, for an example, NFTs, right? Everyone's so bullish about NFTs. The issue here is that not now, but sometime in the future, we're going to have NFTs on major networks, like all across this entire space. We're going to have NFTs on the XRP ledger. We're going to have it on Hedera. We're going to have it on Ethereum. We're going to have it on this DLT, that DLT. So in order for somebody to buy an NFT, say for so with their XRP, right? And maybe they want to buy an NFT on a Hedera net, or on we'll say Ethereum, right? Because it's easier to kind of compare these two. So the XRP holder wants to buy an NFT on the Ethereum network. Well, he doesn't want to transact with, of course, Ethereum. He doesn't want to pay gas fees or anything like that. An interoperability bridge would allow for that individual, and of course this is with even cross-chain compatibility as well, but a gateway would be much better. We've learned this with Wormhole. But in order for that individual to transact that NFT from that Ethereum network to the XRP network, or anything, or vice versa, right? They would need that interoperability layer there. It would need to be put in place in order to transact value and also transact messaging formats across those two networks. This is why when we look at this major, overall, I would say this network, right? Because this is what this all is. At the end of the day, this is just one network of all DLTs. These are separate networks by themselves, but they will all be interconnected through, of course, the gateway of Quant. This is why I've always said that Quant has such a major, I would say, a spot in this market. Like, this is the foundation for finance, for trade finance, for everything that we've been talking about on a day-to-day basis. This is the foundational support layer. Without it, there really isn't much, and it's all going to collapse on itself. And we even see that being a major call for, concern in major areas of this market, specifically DeFi. Like, DeFi suffers greatly from lack of interoperability. So again, without this is going to be the foundation layer. So without it, of course, everything's going to crumble and fall and collapse. So pay attention to interoperability layers. And I do know a lot of you individuals out there want me to do a video on QNT versus the link. I will do that for you guys 100%. Give me some time, but for the most part, just pay attention to things that are happening. Definitely pay attention to these levels on QNT if you do want to purchase more QNT. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.